Hello YouTube, this is Dr. Ronald W. Satz, founder and chair of the International Society of Unified Science and president of TransPower Corporation, a commercial and custom software manufacturing and certified systems engineering company. I work as a systems and mechanical engineer and as a theoretical physicist. Today I have one topic for you, the reciprocal system take on so-called, quote, cold fusion. So let's just do a brief review of what this is supposed to be. We'll go to Wikipedia. And I'm just going to read a few of the sentences in here. Cold fusion is a hypothesized type of nuclear reaction that would occur at or near room temperature. This is compared with, quote, hot fusion, which takes place naturally within stars, so they say, under immense pressure and at temperatures of millions of degrees and distinguished from muon catalyzed fusion. There's currently no accepted theoretical model that would allow cold fusion to occur. We do have a reciprocal system explanation, but it's not really fusion. I'm going to skip down here. Early research, the ability of palladium to absorb hydrogen was recognized as early as the 19th century by Thomas Graham. In the late 1920s, two Austrian-born scientists, Friedrich Paneth and Kurt Peters, originally reported the transformation of hydrogen into helium by nuclear catalysts when hydrogen was absorbed by finely divided palladium at room temperature. But they later retracted the report. But this is a little bit curious here. And of course, there's a famous Fleischmann-Pons experiment. And there was a lot of fallout, replication was difficult, and it's kind of interesting. If you get to the bottom of this article, it says, basically, that there's been a lot of criticism, and of course it says researchers in the field do not agree on a theory for cold fusion. Of course not, because they don't know what they're doing. And I'm just going to skip down here. It's kind of interesting. Under conferences, it says here, quoting here from Wikipedia, cold fusion researchers were for many years unable to get papers accepted at scientific meetings, prompting the creation of their own conferences. The first international conference on cold fusion was held in 1990 and has met every 12 to 18 months since, etc., etc. Back in 2006, the American Physical Society has included cold fusion sessions at their semi-annual meetings, clarifying that this does not imply softening of skepticism. And even the American Chemical Society meetings also include invited symposiums on cold fusion. So it's not entirely dead, exactly. All right, well, that's enough of the history. Now let's see what the reciprocal system has to say. Now, obviously, cold fusion cannot happen due to the repulsion of the atoms at very close distances. So the name of this whole thing is wrong, actually. But what then is the explanation of the excess heat generated by the so-called cold fusion experiments? Conventional theorists have no real explanation. But of course, we in the reciprocal system do. Now, pay close attention. In the electrolysis experiments, positively charged deuterium atoms are tightly packed into a palladium crystal lattice with the atoms having a negative charge, so there's an attraction there. But they don't touch, of course. Excess heat is observed some of the time, which means that more energy comes out, that is, heats the jacket of water surrounding the device, then was put in by the electric current. And in some cases, the heat continues to be generated when the current is turned off. In the reciprocal system, isotopes are not due to variations in the neutron content of the atomic, quote, nuclei. Rather, magnetically charged neutrinos contained within an atom or circulating among the atoms of a crystal lattice induce the equivalent inverse motion within the atom, gravitational or isotopic charges, each equal to 1 AMU. With the deuterium atoms close enough to the palladium atoms, some of these charged neutrinos can be absorbed by the deuterium atoms, creating tritium atoms or even helium atoms. The difference in secondary mass between deuterium and tritium or helium atoms then generates the excess heat observed, of course subtracting out the energy lost by the palladium atoms. The reason why the experiments often do not work is that the deuterium atoms are not packed tightly enough in the palladium lattice to be able to, quote, steal the magnetically charged neutrinos from the palladium atoms. To verify that the reciprocal system solution is correct, one should do a mass spectrometer analysis of the palladium atoms in the cathode before and after a successful experimental run. Some of the atoms should be of lower isotopic number. The normal number of gravitational charges of a palladium atom in our environment is 15. If this is reduced, the atom becomes radioactive, decaying into something else. So, there should be some evidence of this in the cathode as well. So, study the reciprocal system and prove it for yourself. The simplest possible treatment of the theory is my work, The Unmysterious Universe, originally published in 1971, still in print, still getting great reviews on Amazon. Has all the diagrams, all the concepts you need. But if you want all the mathematics, then please obtain my software ebook, Existence and Interactions, a computational treatise of the reciprocal system, the true theory of everything. 711 pages in the PDF, 711 slides in the PowerPoint file. Thousands and thousands of equations, numerous tables, diagrams. This work will keep you busy for months. Now, once you get through that, you can obtain my 2 software database modules, the Reciprocal System Microcosmos database and the Reciprocal System Macrocosmos database. The Microcosmos database has all the properties of photons, subatoms, atoms, compounds, and alloys. Verifies the reciprocal system. Thousands and thousands of calculations have been done verifying the system, and you can get it all with this database module. The other module is the Reciprocal System Macrocosmos database. This has all the properties of the universe as a whole. Galaxy clusters, galaxies, star clusters, stars, planets, moons, minor bodies like asteroids and comets, nebulae, and voids. So these 2 database modules are extremely comprehensive. You can use these modules in your scientific or engineering work. Incidentally, the Microcosmos database also includes empirical regression equations to compare with the theoretical calculations. Very handy. Quantum mechanics, general relativity, modern physics as a whole has nothing comparable to all of this work. So again, please study the reciprocal system and prove it for yourself, and thanks for your attention.